Hello and welcome. We are live. This is Sovereign Sobriety Podcast. We'll be coming at you every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested in being a guest and you have a great sober recovery story, email myself at Karen@KarenKane.com or KarenKane@gmail.com. We're going to talk about how do I get sober? I mean, the obvious way is to not pick up a drink. And this is true. You don't get drunk if you don't pick up a drink. But through my experience, this is my third time getting sober. There's a lot more to it. And if you don't know, you don't know. So we're going to talk about 9 key points of gearing yourself up and not picking up the drink, getting sober, but then staying sober. I really think that's the key, is to be prepared, to know what you're in store for. Now, I didn't know this. I was like pulling, straws, trying to figure out and stay sober. And it's not easy when you're just trying to not pick up a drink, when there's so much more to it to get you on the really awesome sober path of like really changing your life and living a good life. So the first one is self-reflection and acceptance. So a lot of times, you have shame, you're embarrassed, you don't want to admit that you have a problem with whatever it is, drinking, drugs. For me, it was alcohol. So I talk about sobriety, but it works with whatever your addiction is, because it really is a matter of what's going on in here. So when we work on the key points that we're going to talk about, and this is also what Believe in Humans is all about. Believe in Humans is, from my story of changing my life and doing like a 180 finally, because I really wanted change. So you have to really want change. So one is acknowledging, okay, I really want change. This isn't working. And accepting that your current situation, so it's like, could be like you're sick and tired of being sick and tired is one of the sayings. But you're ready. You have to really be ready to pursue this mission of getting sober. Number 2 is set your goals. Why are you getting sober? I mean, honestly, I would recommend start to journal your journey and start to put it out. Like every night before you go to bed, like pull up that journal where it's at the side of your bed or behind you on your bedstand and start journaling. Why? And what are your goals? What do you plan to achieve once you get sober? Because I can tell you, like, that was really like me drinking was prohibiting my life from moving forward in so many ways. I literally was self-sabotaging myself every day, like morning, noon, and night. So set your goals. What do you want in your life? Because you can have it. Once you get sober and you start to really heal yourself, you become so powerful because you're in control. You have your freedom. Your freedom is back. You are, free will to do whatever you want. So long-term and short-term, long-term goals. 3, seek support. So the first time I got sober, I did it on my own. I bought a book. I wasn't too serious about it, but I did know at that time that I had a problem. I was drinking too much, but I was young and I lived in New York City and I wasn't ready to, for real, put down the drink. So there's a network everywhere now with, the internet. We have so many different outlets for you. You can actually join meetings online, but you can seek out counseling. There's, therapy, counseling, there's group programs, communities, AA, there's other options, not just AA, spirituality, quite honestly. So I am sober. I became a spiritual practitioner, a Buddha yoga instructor, and a transformation coach because I have this major passion to help people heal. And it comes from my story of like literally being drunk for 30 years of my life. And it took me a really long time. So I know that we never have to live the way that I used to live. So seek support. So just to throw it out there, I do have a Facebook group that I probably need to plug in a little bit more, Sovereign Sobriety. And I have a Dry January group that exists. But really, as things are moving forward, it's going to be Believe in Humans is having a revival. It's going to be the umbrella for different modalities of healing, counseling, workshops, yoga. So it's a really cool thing because it's like I got all these certifications and I wasn't sure I had all these separate things, but honestly, they're all under Believe in Humans now. And so I'm in the process of rebranding and recreating that and starting to try to get you guys to move on over to Believe in Humans. So it's going to be a work in progress. So professional guidance. So yes, I actually do offer one-on-one coaching still. So that is an option for you if you guys are interested in really doing like an overhaul, like a transformative journey. I definitely can help you. You just have to really be ready to go all in on, you know, you have to take action. You can't, I'm not like going to therapy where they're like, they're just like listening to you and I make people, or I want people to make change, to hold themselves accountable, to try things they've never done before, to get outside of the box so that they can live an awesome life and to rewire the brain and understand that like there is no shame. Your past is your past and that created who you are today. And so there's a lot of power in that transformation. So it really all stems here, but you got to do the work. So there's work involved with changing your life. Of course, obviously, like anything good can't just happen overnight, right? Okay. So that was number 4, professional guidance. Yeah, so you can always, as far as it comes to like addiction and recovery, also seeking out like a healthcare, your doctor, and advising them you have a problem and seeing what they can do also for you. I am a holistic approach healer, so I'm not big on drugs or anything like that. Like I know that we can change uh by ourselves holistically. Okay. So create a structured routine. Now, this is super duper important so this is number 5, create a structured routine. Um, you know, get your daily routine in check, this new one, the healthy one, and create stability in it. So make sure that you're plugging into your self-care. So maybe you wake up, maybe you journal in the morning, get a gratitude list going on, you work out. So you have to start, and this is also what I help my clients with, is getting like a routine going, and I have one for sure. So my goal is to really just share as much as I can with you guys to help you understand how important it is. These things are so important to keep you sober. It's one thing to not pick up a drink, but it's literally what you were doing before wasn't working. So you have to change it. It's like a pattern interrupted, pattern interruption. Rewire your brain. This is the new path. Okay. Okay. So yeah, exercise, hobby, mindfulness. So meditation is really powerful as well. I'm a firm believer of that being a super powerful practice, especially for people who are newly in recovery, which is also why they say seek out prayer and meditation. It works. Number 6 is avoid triggers. This is humongous. Humongous. Thank you for the hearts. So avoiding triggers. Let me just see what my notes are. Yeah. So, I mean, this is kind of obvious, but we get so set in our ways and our patterns that it's a little hard to break. And so these things that are triggers for us are so powerful that if we are near them, or even drive by, say, the liquor store, right? We might be tempted to stop. So, if you avoid them, drive somewhere around it. So, try to get to your point of destination, a different path than the normal path that you go. I mean, literally, like, start brushing your teeth. If you brush it with your right hand, brush it with your left hand. If you're in the shower, start with, if you go top to bottom, start with bottom to top. You're just going to start to like change your patterns so that that resistance, you get a little bit easier with making change, because a lot of people don't want to make change. And that's why a lot of people, stay addicted to something, because it's so unusual, it's so weird that they don't want to try something new. But honestly, like, if you want a different life and you want to live a happier life, then you really need to make some big changes. But the first thing is you have to go all in. You really have to be willing to make change, to look at yourself and reflect, like, okay, like, that was not working. So I am willing. Are you willing to go baby steps? It's like one day at a time, baby steps. I didn't pick up a drink today. Okay. Awesome. So actually that brings us to number 7, is celebrating your milestones. So literally, when you are addicted to something, every minute of every day, honestly, is like celebration. Because if it was something that was controlling you so much and it really had power over you, then be celebratory for, you know they say one day at a time. But like, sometimes when you're not used to dealing with stress in other ways, coping with anxiety, the way that you used to cope would be to go to a drink. Okay, so now what do you do, right? So if you make it through um, those times of stress, now for that, I would say pick up the phone, call somebody, text somebody, um, get out of your head, to go for a walk, get in a cold shower. There's like pattern interruption. This works, you guys. It might sound crazy, but you know what? Honestly, like, the crazy life and the crazy things I do make me really happy. So if I jump into an ice bath when it's freezing outside, it makes me happy. So it feels good afterwards. That dopamine hit. There's plenty of healthy ways to feel good. Get addicted to those things, right? So celebrate milestones. So it when you celebrate this or you share it, and that, honestly, like, I personally believe that it's really important to start to share your story, and not be embarrassed with it. And you start to do that early on in your sobriety. It's I think personally, this is my opinion, I haven't done the research, but I think that your success rate is so much higher when you share your story, because people don't know. And the people who do know, this is your community of people, are going to celebrate you. And it really helps to know that you're not alone. And trust me, you're so not alone. There's doctors, lawyers, nurses, priests, that are alcoholic or addicts. So they're everywhere, and you would never know it, because we're really good at hiding it. So that's number 7. Number 8 is educate yourself. Educate yourself, as far as the science of addiction, understanding the impact on your body and your mind, and do your research, like different recovery methods. So I think a lot of people, nobody like wants to admit defeat when it comes to addiction, or nobody wants to go to an AA meeting. God, nobody wants to be in the beginning when they're still drinking. That's literally probably one of the scariest things. If you've never been to one, my first one was It was horrible. It was so horrible. It was yes, but the good thing is that eventually I tried again and I tried again and I did 90 meetings in 90 days. So I found my people, I found what place that I vibed with. And so you have to realize like not every AA meeting is the same. They're all different, different people, different locations, different styles, different material, different ways. So I mean, there's speaker meetings where just somebody talks about their story. There's big book meetings. There's so many different meetings. So don't knock it till you tried it and try different ones, different ones. It's funny because I was on my spiritual journey probably for a few years before I got sober. Let's see, 13, probably like 3 years before I got sober. And I was probably a little bit sober in between, like I went in and out. But that really helped me already being in like a spiritual journey. That definitely helped me. I think that the reason why I'm here today, possibly, I don't want to say it could be to help people get sober, stay sober, change their life, perhaps, maybe without AA. I'm not sure. Um, it worked for me at that time, but I'm not sure. I don't think I would approach it that way now. So we'll see how it all evolves and moving forward. But the spiritual aspect is really what I believe helps everybody. So if you aren't spiritual, well, in my opinion, I wasn't into religion once I left my house at 21 and moved to New York City. But I was curious about spirituality and I started getting books and maybe going to like Buddha teachings and meditations. So I started exploring and that took me on a whole path. We're all spiritual beings in these bodies having human experiences, in my opinion. Well, we are. So when you follow the spiritual path, I think it's a little bit, it probably resonates with some more people. A lot of people resort to their religion that they grew up with just because it's comfortable for them. They feel like that feels normal to them. So whatever, I'm fine with whatever. I am supportive of whatever path that you go. But I do think that the spiritual aspect is super important. Meditation is super important. And, when it comes to spirituality, I believe everything is energy. I intertwine the words source, universe, God, infinite mind, divine intelligence. So there's a lot of different words that I use. And so that might throw some people off, but I believe that we're all one, we're all connected, and we have God's like this higher energy. And so we're all in this conscious collective together. And so we can help lift the vibration of the planet, all of us consciously, when we start to work on ourselves and lift our own vibration. Okay. The last one, number 9, is a healthy lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle. So once you realize, okay, I'm gonna get sober, you want to feel better. You want to plug in not only to like your nutrition or not only to your fitness, but it's like a wellness, in my opinion. So it's like a wellness, self-care, self-love commitment to yourself. And it's uncomfortable at first, maybe because you're used to just like self-sabotaging yourself with the drink or the drugs, right? But once you start on this path and you start to like get detox from the alcohol and you start to get more clarity with the brain fog gets out and you start to plug in to your nutrition and your fitness, and let's add some meditation to that, and you start to feel better. And the more you start to feel better, I think the more you kind of like want to do it. And so then the cool thing is you can literally replace your addictive behavior that was so toxic with healthy things, self-care that will make you feel better and that will put you on this path of healing. And so I love sharing with everybody my story because I see the power of transformation. I've experienced many times failing to get sober, failing to change my life, failing to get happy. And so I share my story because I truly am pretty darn content. I have peace within. Yeah, I'm human. I have my bad days. I maybe January has kind of sucked, but hey, I'm alive. I'm breathing. I have an opportunity every day to consciously create the day, the life. We get to do that, the life of our dreams. And it's one day at a time with a grateful heart, being humble, supporting others. So, Believe in Humans is emerging and reviving as a serious community, a spiritual healing community. And that's what it's all about. And so, as I rebrand, revamp the website, if you guys could show a little patience, let me know what you would like, any suggestions. I really, really want you guys to be a part of this new thing and be a part of Believing Humans because it really started only 2 years into my sobriety. I was like not anywhere near who I am today. It started as a t-shirt company, but so much was the base of it, the foundation of the whole concept was how we're so powerful and we can literally do a 180 and change our lives. And we can transform over and over and over again. And that's what's so cool about us as humans. Yeah. We get to choose, we get to create, we get to be, we get to share our stories and we get to share creativity, our art, our music, our whatever we have to offer the world. We get to share that with each other. We get to support each other. We get to create community. We get to heal. We get to vibe out and do like meditations together or yoga together or workshops, whatever it is. And, maybe even like prosperity, abundance. So if you enjoyed this content or if you have anything that you would like me to do as a topic for Sovereign Sobriety, make sure you click the like and subscribe, and you can comment, or like I said, you can email me, Karen@KarenKane.com or KarenKane@gmail, and I'll be happy to follow up with you. And if you are interested in being on the show as a guest, you can also reach out that way as well. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Sending so much love and gratitude to you guys. Have a great rest of your week. And don't forget, Believe in Humans starts with you, healing hearts, and on this journey together, in this mission together. Much love, peace, and namaste. Bye, guys.